Barry, it's really you.
So guys, the trailer has come out for my most anticipated episode of The Flash Season 9, that being The Flash Season 9 Episode 9, titled It's My Party and I'll Die If I Want To, highlighting a bunch of new footage with Oliver Queen's return, The Flash vs. Kid Flash, Bloodwork's return, and many more interesting stuff that I just cannot wait to talk about. This trailer just looks absolutely crazy, so yeah, let's just head straight into this breakdown. Now, I will link the trailer in the description down below because obviously for copyright reasons I won't be able to play the trailer, but for those who haven't seen the trailer, I'd recommend you do really watch this trailer because it's absolutely freaking amazing. And after multiple disappointing episodes of The Flash Season 9, we are undoubtedly going to get something that's going to deliver. Now, obviously The Flash is on break for a bit. I'm pretty sure it's like 2 to 3 weeks, something like that. I'm pretty sure this episode will be released in April 26th, something around there. So we do have a break and the hype will really be building up for this episode. We have some promo images to go over as well and just so much exciting stuff that we need to talk about. So first things first, we do have the synopsis for The Flash Season 9 Episode 9, and it's Team Flash throws a surprise birthday party for Barry, but things go terribly awry when Ramsey Rosso crashes their festivities. In which when we head into the trailer, we see exactly what is going on. In the trailer, we do see Team Flash actually pulling the surprise party for Barry. It's Barry's birthday. From the background, you can see that it says a big number 30. Now, the reason why it's 30 when Barry is supposed to be older is because he obviously de-aged last season, and that was during the interlude episode with episode 16 where Barry ended up getting younger. So that is why he's now aged 30. But yeah, we have Team Flash throwing a surprise party. Obviously we have normal Team Flash, but also we do have our returning characters as well. We have David Singh who's returning, John Diggle, and Kid Flash. So it seems like them lots, they're here in Star Labs for the purpose of the birthday party, and that's how they all come together. Obviously in the context of Oliver Queen, we'll get to that in just a second, but in terms of Diggle and Wally, the reason why they're together is for obviously Barry's birthday party. So yeah, he gets surprised, Barry's pretty surprised as well. He's hugging Diggle, and Kid Flash is there. Now, something I found very emotional was the gift Diggle gave Barry, and that was Oliver's bow, and he says something along the lines of Oliver would have loved for you to have this, and it's just very emotional seeing Barry's reaction to this gift in this trailer. It's definitely going to be one hell of an emotional episode, especially when we do see Barry and Oliver interacting together. Now, next up, we definitely have some very interesting stuff, and this is when Kid Flash and Bloodwork meet, and we have Ramsey trying to get through to Wally. He's manipulating him. Obviously, he does talk about like the crisis and all of that, which Bloodwork did know about from season 6, and he does somewhat like, whammy Kid Flash in a way where we see like explosions in Wally's eyes or something like that. So I'm guessing this is how he's witnessing the crisis, looks at like what happens and what's so different between the previous multiverse and this new one, because Ramsey knows about the multiverse over here, which I find pretty interesting. But it's going to be interesting to see how Ramsey's able to get through to Wally. Obviously later on in the trailer we do see that Wally is one of the characters that have been whammied, so he is definitely going to be under Bloodwork's influence in some way. Now, from the drinks in the party, we did obviously see everyone drinking champagne, and they all get knocked out except for Barry. So that's going to be interesting to see why that's the case and how it is that Barry realizes that there's something wrong with the drinks, and that's how all of them get infected except for Barry. That's going to be very interesting. But in terms of Ramsey's return, obviously we knew from the comic book Earth Prime that Ramsey Rosso has escaped Argus, and he was going to have a storyline for this season, and this is pretty much what's going to be happening over here. Ramsey, he's been plotting this plan for a while. He's been one of my favorite villains on the show, so it's really great to have him back. This episode does look big in terms of what's happening, so I'm very excited about this. But what I found very funny was this scene where Barry ends up in the Lian Yu, but I'm guessing it's going to be purgatory in some way, like the purgatory they used in Crisis on Infinite Earths, but it looks like Lian Yu. But over here, obviously we do see Barry waking up in purgatory, and he sees Oliver Queen right in front of him, and he's like, Barry, what have you done this time? I found that absolutely hilarious. But just the hug they're sharing alone is going to be very, very emotional. And I cannot wait to see both of these two interacting together, because whenever these two share a scene together, we know it's going to be one hell of an episode. But yeah, obviously Oliver then goes, Barry let go, Barry let go, and then he does let go. So over here, Barry is in purgatory, and obviously he's meeting the Spectre. Now it's going to be interesting to see why Oliver Queen doesn't interfere as the Spectre, but he chooses to interfere as the Green Arrow. That's going to be pretty interesting. Like, is it going to be, oh no, I just feel like going old school, I'm going to be Green Arrow? Or is it going to be something where the Spectre, if he intervenes, like, you know, it could cause something to happen in the multiverse, like it could cause a big risk. So he's going to have to intervene in like a smaller way, and that's why he's going to have to be Green Arrow instead of Spectre. Maybe something like that is going to happen as well. But Oliver Queen does also mention that whatever Ramsey's doing over here, it's going to affect the new multiverse. So this is when Barry obviously does find out that a brand new multiverse has been created in Crisis and has been existing ever since. Because bear in mind, Team Flash and the other Arrowverse characters, they didn't know that the multiverse existed after Crisis. They just thought Earth Prime was the one Earth, and that's due to all of them merging with one another. So that's why they didn't really know about like the other Earths in the multiverse. And this is when Spectre reveals that actually no, Ramsey's plan, it's big because it's going to affect the entire multiverse. So this is a big event that needs to be stopped, and that's why Spectre is intervening, because this is something serious and he does need Barry's help to stop this. Now, this just reminds me so much of the Invasion crossover for the most part, where we had Oliver and the Flash teaming up together, facing off against, like, you know, all the whammied heroes. This is pretty much the same thing, where we pretty much see all of Central City infected and under Bloodworks' influence, including Team Flash members like Allegra, Kid Flash, and all those sorts of stuff. So that's going to be very, very interesting for sure. But we do have more clips with Ramsey trying to get through to Kid Flash. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he's actually able to do it. We know Ramsey's very, very good with manipulation. We've seen this in season 6. And is it going to be a matter of fact that Wally does actually give in, or does he just end up losing it and Bloodworks able to easily take control? We do also have this shot of Chester and Allegra's under Bloodworks influence as well. And then we have a fight scene between Kid Flash and the Flash. The CGI looks really, really cool from this one shot. So it's clear that they've been saving up a lot of budget for the final few episodes of the season. And it just looks really good. I cannot wait to see them facing off each other. And as we can see, Kid Flash does have the Black Lightning once again, so that does look pretty cool. But eventually Barry does pin Kid Flash across like a container or whatever you call it. And it's going to be interesting to see how Barry is going to be able to get through to Wally over here. That is going to be something very, very interesting for sure. But then in the final few shots, we do have John Diggle suited up as Spartan. This is when he's no longer whammied and he's out of Bloodworks influence. We do have Oliver Queen with his bow, and he's drawing an arrow out. And we do have this shot once again with Bloodwork like emerging, like he's becoming like the full-on monster Bloodwork in front of Diggle and Oliver. Diggle and Oliver, once again, it's going to be very, very emotional just seeing both of them sharing a scene together. Obviously, that brotherhood was something that we all missed in season, just anything in the Arrowverse. I was going to say season 8 especially of Arrow, because, you know, John Diggle did feel very, very guilty that he wasn't there for Oliver when he died. And, you know, he couldn't really do much to help. But then when he sees Oliver, like, in front of him as the Green Arrow, we know that's going to be a very well acted and a very, very emotional scene for Arrowverse fans. I am particularly more looking forward to this interaction than Oliver and Barry, because, to be completely honest, Diggle and Oliver, it's been them the whole time, and they're like the real brothers, if you will. Like, you know, they've been together for 8 seasons of Arrow, and it's going to be something, as I said, a lot of Arrowverse fans are going to really, really love. But yeah, to fully wrap up this video, we do have this promo image over here. This is of Barry and Green Arrow, both of which are suited up. And this seems to be like in like the final act of the episode. It could be like when Team Flash or whatever, just Green Arrow and the Flash are out there, you know, saving the people that have been infected. Or as I said, once again, it could be part of the final act as well. And then lastly, we do have like this full-on shot with all of the heroes. We have Green Arrow, we have Spartan, we have Kid Flash, and we have the Flash, all of which just look really, really cool lined up together side by side, and it's going to be very, very cool seeing this final act. I did also forget to mention this very final shot, and this is with Barry like using this like lightning lasso. So clearly we have more Speed Force constructs being a thing over here. Now next to Barry, from set photos, we do know that Wally will also be doing the Speed Force lasso type thing, and I'm guessing this is just to like hold Bloodwork in place. But yeah, I am just really, really excited and just really, really looking forward to this episode in general, and I know it's going to deliver. The visual effects look really sick, and it seems like this is when the Flash does begin to actually pick up. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you guys are most excited for going into this episode. I'm interested to see all of your opinions towards all of this as well. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video.